Welcome guys, welcome back to Project Jira. This is a second marathon episode, probably 20 at this point, 21. Relief shelter, as usual, slice of life combined with in real life to produce a constantly evolving project that at one point was to solve all the problems and challenges, and now we're focused more on things to are entertaining and trying to reach just our ambitions and do fun, engaging stuff together. So what we have here in this particular video is a continuum of the previous one, previous podcast, previous video on VTube rigging, and we have done all the modeling and using VTube Studio and VRoid Studio and experimenting with those free programs. One of them on Steam, one you can just Google. Afterwards, we exported the model, and then we decided to go check out Mixamo from Adobe Systems, which was recommended from one of the videos. And so what we ended up doing was realizing that Mixamo is actually freely available for everyone. So what you see here on the left, on the right, sorry, left and right, above there, that window is basically what you would consider, oh, I noticed that it's basically not recording with any visuals here. Over here on the top is the Blender program that's actually being displayed, and then below that window is Mixamo. Trying to Google and figure out how we can import our VRoid model into Blender, because, and I'm going to switch over to Blender right now because everything's really small. It's too small for you guys to see. You want to go to the backdrop here, it's very difficult for you to see. You know what, we'll do that. We'll go over to the tabs here first and knock off about 10 different tabs. So if we go over to videos of how to import oh god, had to be a video like that, didn't it have to be? Blender is a free and open source 3D program, computer graphics software tool set for creating animated films, visual effects, 3D art, and so on and so forth. Now we scroll further down. Of course, I think is that Bing's ChatGPT? No. Author is Tom Roosendahl. This freedom is what makes the GNU GPL license so powerful. Import VRoid model to Blender in 30 seconds. How to import VRoid, and so on and so forth. So they have a bunch of tutorials here. Long story short, it doesn't have a default setting for that on Blender. In order to import a model to Blender, we need to export one from VRoid Studio. To do that, select character, create one. Oh shoot, what just happened? Find and replace special characters. Accidental mishap there. Then go through menus until export, where we save as a VRM file. In order to import file into Blender, we simply change the extension to .glb instead. I'm assuming you have to use a file converter to do that. On the side here, you can see explore more from OBS Studio, Autodesk Maya, GIMP, Inkscape, Blender. That's a home appliance Blender. Hilarious. Related searches, VRoid export to Blender, so on and so forth. VRM to Blender and FBX. Customize your model on Blender 3 minutes. Okay, so what we're going to do is just close the tab now, or we'll leave this tab open, but we have to close the rest here. So for example, when we did the previous video on Mixamo, we forgot to mention we should close all the tabs here. This is me Googling Mixamo, get animated, 3D characters for games, so on and so forth. Mixamo in Blender, 3D Substance, free auto rigging. There's a video right here. Rig any character with the Mixamo auto rigger. And I think I might even want to leave that up so I can get the tutorial. Common questions from Mixamo. Again, how much this costs? It's actually free. I was surprised that there are in fact no other additional subscriptions. And then upload and rig 3D characters. Fairly straightforward here as well. Upload the character to browse, select upload a character, la-di-da, all that jazz. Okay. And in addition to that, what we can do now is head on over to Blender itself. Okay, so let's just minimize this a little bit if I can. All right, so we're heading over to Blender, and that's interesting because I noticed now the browser tab is not actually switching. So you may have been just watching me talk about stuff that you can't actually see.
Visit Cambrian College's spring open open house on Saturday, April
Yeah.
15th from 10 till 2 for an up-close and personal look at programs, learning spaces, student
Oh no,
services,
actually you
and
could see it.
financial aid
Never mind, it's fine.
Plus, if you apply
But now we're going to
today,
head over to
program at the
display
event, we'll
because
pay
you have to
the
showcase
application
Blender.
fee, free food, and a chance to win
So we do have Blender installed.
including a
Okay.
whopping $10,000. Make
And
this event
what I noticed,
Saturday,
maybe it's
April
just an
15th.
out-of-date version, or maybe the version's different.
For
You
details,
can see here, of course, I learned a little bit
www.VRoid
from the library programs that I've been attending. Relations, collections, instancing, transform location, XYZ. How to navigate was very important. Learning how to do the basic, using the mouse wheel to navigate left, right, forward, using the directional axes to get exact angles so that you don't end up moving things the wrong way, or moving them across various dimensions at the same time, and then making mistakes. The sensitivity, of course, left clicking and right clicking. These will remove the interface, so it's very important to make sure that you're careful with your clicks. Don't make any extra additional clicks. Move to the side now. What we're going to do is go over to File here and just mention very quickly that we cannot import a VRoid file. So there is no .vrm. Okay, there's a OBJ, GLB, FBX, SDL, PLY, SVG, BH, all this stuff. But there is none for the one that we're looking for. Okay, so we are going to have to go and watch those tutorials to understand how we do that. I'm assuming we just go use a file converter somehow online to convert a VRoid.vrm file into what we need for Blender. So that's about that. In the meantime, okay, what else can we do? Want to mention very briefly. Okay, so podcasting is up next, and because we're updating the... Alright, so what I noticed is since we have some time on this video, we're going to exit Blender. UV editing, sculpting, texture paint, shading, all this interesting stuff here. Animation, rendering, compositing. Wow, it is such a comprehensive tool. You can see that very quickly Blender just became this incredible, comprehensive program. So we're going to exit though. We're going to quit. Okay, we're not going to save, but we will take a screenshot. So what we'll do is we are going to watch. We're going to pause the video. We're going to watch these tutorials, at least a few of these, on how to import VRoid into Blender, and then we'll unpause the video and cover our insight. All right, so we just watched this video here very briefly.
Versions, we open that, and then we can find 3.0. Here's the giant big old log right there, and then you'll download whatever system that you're using, Windows, Mac, Linux, blah blah blah, whatever you use. I use link in the description as well. And we're going.
This person basically knows what they're doing. How to be a VTuber or VRoid, his expression. Listen, what we understand now is that in order to make this work, we need to go to Blender and then hop over to GitHub after installing Blender to grab a plugin specific for VRoid. To make VRoid compatible over onto Blender, we have to go to GitHub and install a plugin and unzip it, or in that case, she says to keep it zipped or whatever, or it could be he, who knows, these things. So that's what we have to do, and I'm not obviously going to do that while this is running. What I'll do instead is what we will do instead is likely just wrap up with a housekeeping sort of video here. So in the past couple of days, what we ended up doing was a lot of the green screen production stuff. So this is still related to the whole production atmosphere. The general theme of this video still is having to do with setting up a visual, a digital video, and adding special effects and stuff like that. And so on that notion, there is here, I see finally the blog for the green screen mistakes that we talked about in maybe 8 videos ago. So here's a blog article covering green screen mistakes and how to fix them. So we can briefly go through it and this guide. Will help you decide which mirrorless or DSLR camera you should get, notify about production news, unsubscribe anytime. How the magic works: compositing. Keying is a compositing technique, but it's not the only one. Typically, it's taking multiple images not captured together and blending the assets to make it look like they are one singular image. Compositing includes adding things to shots, moving things to shots, painting things out of shots. How keying works: computer program takes all of a singular color or luminance value and removes it. So you're inherently getting rid of everything that is that color in green, that color green in a shot. Okay, so it's important to control exactly how much green you're keying out so you don't remove parts of the image you don't want to keep. Anyways, more of these tips here. The right screen, blue, green, magenta. The fix it in post mentality is not great. Bad screen lighting, lighting mistakes, unwanted spill and light diffusion, uniform shadows, of course, mismatched lighting, separate images, improper color correction. The most important part of compositing is color correction. When pulling the initial key, sometimes you can color correct the whole shot to reduce the green values. So you have to put the green values back in green tones. Okay, all that jazz. So we can close this as well now, and there's also I recognize you probably don't need this one open if we have the other videos open here. How to import a VRoid file into Blender. This one's on YouTube as well, so we'll keep it open. But once again, this is the chroma green screen right here, where you ask the question to Bing, why isn't my chroma key green screen working, with a question mark, and Bing punches out an answer. Common green screen mistakes. Likely spend a good bit of time dialing exact key color. Debleed similar values, otherwise you can try running multiple chroma key values. Okay. Goes all the way further down, so a lot of production stuff. You can also close other physical items related to production. Obviously, when we're talking about VTubers and VRoid software, all this stuff is digital, right? Digital production, but we also have obviously not just visual effects in digital production, but also visual effects in physical material production. We have a Saber alarm here at the back. We want to compare for security measures. This is an abusive household, so we need to have an alarm here, and we were setting up, looking at how much they cost in person in store compared to online. So the Saber wireless home security door window that we purchased for $2 two of them for $23. This is a single one for $28, so it's crazy expensive. And if you want to buy two, you get $33, discounted from $38 over here online. Compare that to in store, which is literally about $10 cheaper. So it's crazy how big of a difference it is. Even the door wedge is crazy expensive. Usually it's $25, right? $21 in person. So in addition to that, so we can get rid of Walmart here. Onlineshopping.ca, Flyer Electronics Home Store. That's how we went there to get to Walmart to compare the prices. And of course, talk about production. I think that's about it, because the green screen's over. All right, so that's it. Common green screen mistakes. Right, we had this blog open twice, unfortunately, because we had so many tabs we couldn't see it ourselves. So we'll just turn this off. Here's another one we can get rid of when it comes to production. Obviously, all these were quite important because we wanted to change the background, even if it's for a, oh shoot, what the hell just happened here? Even if it's not for the VTuber background, we still want to get some sort of digital coverage at the back. For example, if we're doing a reaction to Studio Gek and Attack on Titan, it doesn't hurt to have the background be a mask off of them in the backdrop. So that's production stuff. Obviously, we could also watch Attack on Titan and Studio Gek reacting to them while we have the VTuber software applied over. So that all helps as well. It's going to be like a very Inception type of reaction. Disabling auto balance and white balance, right, in the camera app settings charm. Right click the menu, other options looking for image. These other apps available in the Windows Store to record using a webcam. And what is white balance even goes through this in the Bing chat. Digital cameras need to be told the type of color, the type of light before being used before they can make colors look right. This information enables the camera to make whites look white and not something else. What color does a black body emit? Heat, and the light changes from warm orange amber tones to blue with temperature increases. How to get off auto to perfect color. So I just know that somewhere down here, you see all these videos here, understanding white balance, how to white balance, customize the HD Pro Webcam C90, C920, sorry. Yeah, all that stuff. When to change the white balance settings, daylight, shade, cloudy, tungsten, fluorescent, and auto. Okay. WB is the setting that's most like the human brain. Okay. Anyways, we can get rid of that as well. White balance explained, more articles here. 2, 3. White balance explained. This is literally the same. We just clicked on that right now, right? Which white balance to use if you look at the white balance options available, right? Daylight, or hey there, notice using ad blocker. Okay, sure, turn it off. Daylight sunny white balance, good choice for images taken in natural light settings. Many settings works in shaded, cloudy conditions better than shade and cloudy. Produce excessively warm images. What is measured? It's measured in Kelvin, so temperatures as a color temperature. Stems from the fact black body emits light, it's heated, and the light changes. When black body emits light, it's heated, and the light changes from warm orange tones to blue. Black body about 5,000 to 6,500 Kelvin. Very hot. That's the sun's temperature. Emits light with a similar color to daylight, basically the sun. Present Kelvin preset Kelvin values. Most cameras let you set preset Kelvin values so you can adjust the appearance of images to conditions and or your preference. How do you set manual white balance? Differs from camera to camera, basic principles are the same. First step to set the camera to manual white balance setting mode. Need to photograph a white or neutral gray subject. Same light as your subject, then you usually confirm that you want the white balance setting value calculated. Okay, so it's very complicated stuff for me. I don't really need to do it. It's not a high priority item. And this is actually the same blog, is it? No, it's different. White balance explain how to get off auto for perfect color. Once again, you can see here it's got a cool tone. This has more of a warm tone. But it's the same article, turns out. Yeah. Oh my goodness, we really went ham on this stuff. So we'll cover this next, but basically these tabs here are covering and green chroma screen. Why isn't my chroma key working? Once again, Google twice. And wow, a lot of stuff here. So we'll cover the webcams alternatives tabs in the next video, or an upcoming video. The next one has to be Studio Gap for sure. Okay, so we'll take care of Mixamo on the side here. Actually, we can get rid of this as well. Very nice. Got rid of maybe 8 different tabs here, but we'll be making use of Mixamo and learning how to use the plugin on GitHub and so on and so forth. All right, through these videos. Peace. So thanks for tuning in, and Relief Shelter, and we're signing out.